Hi, I'm Paul.
And I'm Tom.
And welcome to this week's edition of This New House. We're here at one of Living Well Disability's newest homes, getting it ready for move-in. And we want to show you all of the wonderful things that your generous donations provide. So what do you think, Tom? Should we go inside?
Let's do it.
All right.
Hi guys.
Hey Beth, how you doing?
Doing good.
This is Beth Tollefson, our resident expert, and she's going to show us around.
Come on in.
Let's do it.
Wow. This place looks great. I'm going to go check it out.
I guess it's just us.
I guess so.
I mean, Beth, this place is beautiful. I mean, where should we start?
Let's start in the kitchen.
That's great. Let's do it. Beth, this place looks like it's nearly finished and there's so much room. I mean, it's so spacious.
We really need it to be spacious so that people can get around with their wheelchairs.
Yeah, I bet. So Beth, would you mind showing some of the things that our wonderful donors provide here in the kitchen?
Sure. You see all the appliances in the kitchen itself?
Sure do. Yeah, beautiful.
Would you believe that none of it's covered by Medicare and Medicaid funding?
What?
Living Well has to pay for it all. And smaller items too, like adapted cups, silverware, plates, all the smaller things that people need to be able to assist themselves to eat.
So you're telling me that donations provide almost everything in this kitchen?
Yep.
Wow. Do you hear that?
Yeah, I think it's coming from the living room.
Elevator works.
Thank goodness, because elevators are a must-have amenity for people who use wheelchairs or can't navigate the stairs. And usually funding doesn't cover the installation, use, and maintenance of the elevators. So you break it, you buy it, Tom. Let's go check out the bathroom.
That sounds great.
What do you think, Paul?
Oh, I think it looks great. You know, as I look at it, it's clearly ADA compliant. Lots of really nice space here. Sturdy handrails. I think it's ready to go.
It is, but there's one really important thing to point out that usually isn't fully covered, and that's the raised tub.
You know, I can see how this would makes it much easier and definitely safer for the residents who live here to be able to take a bath.
It is, and it also makes the job much easier for the direct support professionals who are providing the care.
Interesting. You know, I hadn't thought of that. You know, there is something though that I noticed here on the ceiling. What is this?
That's our ceiling track system. Let me show you how it works. Follow me.
Great.
Hey guys, come check this out.
Wow, this is great.
Yeah, it says it can lift up to 400 pounds.
It can. Let me show you how it works. Our ceiling lift system helps people to get in and out of their wheelchairs, in and out of their beds, and also in and out of the raised tub that we just looked at.
Let me guess, not covered?
You got it. We really count on donors to help pay for the funding for installation and maintenance.
So Beth, it's easy to see how much donations are needed for the inside of our homes, but what about the outside?
Let's head outside and I'll show you.
That'd be great. Let's do that.
Guys,
Yeah, Tom?
little help?
We're gonna leave you here and let you listen to your elevator music.
Seriously? Guys? Oh, come on.
Wow, this is so nice. It's like a blank canvas out here.
Being outdoors and gardening is a really important part of wellness for people who are supported with Living Well.
This is awesome. So who provides all the materials and labor to put these together?
We count on volunteers and donors to help with all of this. Volunteers put this together yesterday. We count on donors to also help pay for the soil, the plants, and they've also helped with paying for landscaping and also snow removal in the wintertime. In fact, we can use your help right now.
I can dig it.
Well, that's great because I think it's time you get to work.
Good one.
That must be Sam with the van. Come on.
Hey everyone, this is Sam Suba. He runs the show around here. Pretty nice ride you got here, Sam.
Thank you. This is just one of Living Well's 37th specialized vans, and they are used for almost everything. They're getting out in the community, and they're also used for making appointments and taking people out for appointments and events.
And I bet these vans are a really big expense.
Yes, they are. The lease may be covered, but we count on donations for so many other things, like specialized seat belts, wheelchair ramp, fuel, etc.
What about the house itself? Is that covered?
No, it is all provided for by generous donors.
Okay, but what about nursing and therapy costs?
That's a big one. Living Well spends nearly $1 million each year on nursing and therapy costs. Half of that is paid for by donations.
Wow, I am just blown away at the incredible support that our donors give that allows Living Well to provide exceptional care at all of our homes.
Without the generosity, there is no way Living Well could provide anything beyond the basics.
It's so great that we have so many big-hearted, supportive donors joining us tonight at the 2021 Living Well Disability Services Gala. As you can see, there are so many things beyond the basics that we need your help to provide.
Well, Tom, that's a wrap on this week's edition of This New House for Living Well Disability Services. But before we go, I want to make sure that we thank our tour guides, Sam and Beth, for showing us around this great facility. But I really want to thank all of you for being here tonight and for your generous support and contributions to this incredible organization. Your money is going to just a wonderful place, as you can see.
Thank you so much for your support today and every day. Over to you, T. Michael.
Wow, what a great way to showcase a living well home and the daily needs that accompany life with disabilities. Hi, I'm T. Michael Rambo, your host for this year's Living Well Disability Services Transforming Lives Gala. With COVID still around, we are virtual again, so I guess we can call it a gathering. Yeah. Either way, I'm thrilled to be a part of this organization and their biggest fundraiser of the year. I am here tonight to help you learn more about Living Well Disability Services and why we are gathered to raise money and awareness. Living Well's mission is to deliver exceptional services that transform the lives of people impacted by intellectual, developmental, and physical disabilities, so you can rest assured each and every donation directly impacts the lives of individuals who call Living Well home or utilize our services. All of us at Living Well share a vision of a day when all people impacted by disabilities can live well. And to make that vision a reality, our greatest priority is to provide care beyond the basics. A roof, bed, and meals are essential, but we all know the things that truly bring joy to your life are equally, if not more, important. It is why we dedicate funds to therapy, wellness programs, quality nutrition, and outings that bring us into the community and put smiles on our faces. Our core values of advocacy, community, leadership, respect, and wellness are always in our hearts, and you can see it in everything Living Well does. Obviously, we are here tonight for the people we serve directly, but we are also here advocating for everyone with a disability and those who care for and love them. Advocacy is the key to understanding for people who are unfamiliar with disabilities. At Living Well, we want everyone to know that helping those with disabilities live a full life and be a part of the community is a mission worth supporting. The magic of inclusion is seeing it in real life. With 300 people served, 500 employees, and over 700 volunteers, we know the greatest gift we can give the world is a better disability awareness and understanding. Speaking of community and inclusion, it is because of our generous sponsors that we are able to celebrate transforming lives beyond the basics. So thank you to Galen and Karen Pate, Pate Bonding, Mike and Tina Douglas, Wells Fargo, Hervé and Veronique Gendre, Forever Pets, and the R&M Clark Family Foundation, Carol Lee Randall, and Jared Tom Medical. Because of your generosity and along with many additional sponsors and supporters, we are all able to be here tonight. Well, sort of. And here are the rest of our generous sponsors. In a minute, we will chat with CEO Tom Gillespie, who you saw in that great intro video. But first, a little reminder of how you can participate from our dear friend Colonel Kurt Johnson.
Hey, T. Michael, good to see you.
You too, buddy.
Hi, everyone. I'm auctioneer Kurt Johnson. Tonight is going to make a big difference in the lives of the people who call Living Well home, especially if you're donating lots of money and bidding on all of our incredible items and experiences that are on the auction. You can donate throughout the night using the Give Smart app right on your phone. Now, if you're watching from home or in a group, simply bid and donate from your phone. If you're watching on your computer, all you have to do is click the buttons right on the screen. Or if you're at a viewing party, watch on a screen and bid from individual phones. Now, regular auction items will be live until 9 p.m. Central, but the premiums, they'll be live until 8 p.m. That's 1 hour less. Be sure to watch the bidding. If you have your heart set, maybe they got the heart set on that hot chocolate basket.
Yum.
Or that gorgeous Eric's Ranch Getaway.
Ooh, yeah.
If you are tuned in, you are likely already registered. Just be sure your credit card is on file. It really is simple, so sit back, enjoy the show, and have your texting finger ready. Oh, and one more thing, some people bought raffle tickets.
Oh, yeah.
If you bought a raffle ticket, look for a notification after 8 p.m. where we will announce the winner immediately after it is drawn. Now, over to T. Michael and Tom.
Thanks so much, Kurt. Hey, T. Michael, how are you?
I'm great. Welcome. Hey, let's take a seat.
You bet.
Now, Tom, I hear Living Well will be celebrating its 50-year anniversary next year. To think about how many lives Living Well has touched in that time is utterly amazing.
T. Michael, I couldn't agree with you more. You're correct. Next September, we'll start off our 50th anniversary. It's hard to believe. Over our 5 decades of service, the impact our organization has made on the community is beyond words. But I'm going to try anyway. Living Well was started back in 1972 when a group of truly wonderful families who had children with intellectual and physical disabilities were faced with a difficult decision to either place their child in a state-run institution, which was not ideal and lacked personal touches and quality care, or create something altogether new on their own, a home that could provide the kind of life-transforming love and care their children needed to thrive. What many people did not know or understand is the choices were limited back then. You either sent your loved one to an institutionalized care facility, or you took them home to care for them without any financial assistance or understanding of how to properly administer the care that they needed. Thankfully, these amazing families chose to create one of the first community-based residential facilities in Minnesota for children with disabilities, and what would eventually become Living Well. What you see here is our first home on Marie Avenue in West St. Paul. Originally, we had 48 children living there, and would you believe 25 of them are still living with us today. Since then, Living Well has opened 37 homes in 22 communities across Minnesota and counting. Our organization supports nearly 300 people with intellectual, developmental, and physical disabilities, some needing intensive services either in their own homes or in Living Well homes across the Twin Cities metro. So much has gone into helping us grow over the years and has led to our being able to offer the kind of beyond the basics care that we provide. The video that we showed at the beginning with Paul and my Oscar-worthy performances just gives you a taste of the services and care that Living Well delivers day and night, and has done so for the last 5 decades.
That is just incredible. So, Tom, how do you do it?
With the help of hundreds of giant-hearted, hard-working caregivers and volunteers, that's how. Living Well has more than 500 professional staff, including direct support professionals, nurses, physical and occupational therapists, and program managers. And that's not even counting our amazing volunteers. Living Well has over 700 committed volunteers who selflessly dedicate their time and talents to supporting the people we serve and helping them live their best lives. But most importantly, None of us would be able to do any of it without the extremely generous support of people like you.
Then let's give it up for everyone you just mentioned. Staff, volunteers, and yourselves. Yes, you. Put your hands together. All of you make achieving Living Well's mission possible. Now, if we were all here in person, this is what this would sound like. Check this out. You all deserve it.
Speaking of our mission, we have a really incredible video we're going to play right now to show you what Living Well's ongoing mission is and the impact we can have when we all come together to achieve it.
I am Kit Piltingsrud, and I am a program manager and assistive technology professional for Living Well Disability Services. I've been with Living Well for over 8 years. In our home, we have 6 people that live there, and all of them are not mobile, and all of them are not verbal, and so they need 100% care. So we do all the meal prep, all of the medication administrations, all of the personal cares and bathing and helping them eat and, everything they need help with. When COVID first started, the impact was so abrupt. We just did an shutdown. And I think it really broke a lot of hearts. We have some very involved families that were very hurt that they couldn't see their person. We saw quite a bit of depression in people, not just staff, but the people we serve. Some acting out behaviors that we hadn't seen in a while, and even tears from people that we usually don't see that from. And it's just been really hard. It's been really hard to get to be the cheerleader for those staff, to be the cheerleader for the people served, and to help us get over this hump. I'm sorry.
My name is Mike Cass Sr. My son's been living with Living Well since 2001, 20 years. He's a very, very loving guy. He doesn't say much, but he gets his point across by looking and have a little smile on his face, and it's nice to see. Quite the man these days, quite the man. Yeah, at the beginning of the pandemic, I was told that we're going to be locked down and you won't be able to visit him. I really don't know how to explain it at that time because it was just so emotional. You really go through a lot of emotions and understanding that the lockdown is not only for you, but for everybody else that's living there too, to understand that it was very disheartening. It really was.
Mike would come and sit outside the screen door, and we would crack it open, or we would put the phone on speaker next to Mike's Jr.'s ear so he could hear his dad's voice while he could see him through the window. Mike Jr. would crawl away and look at the window, and look at him, and then he'd crawl up and look up to the window, and then he'd crawl back, and and it's like he didn't quite get, get your butt in here. Why are you out there?
Just happened to work out. I put my hand up and he was there scooting up on the window and do the same thing. When it comes together, it's just like, dude, I can feel you. The heartbeat. And that was very heartwarming. Very heartwarming. It was a hell of an experience, and pardon my language, but there's people to go through that. It was a personal joy to know that he is there, taken care of, and you find out real quick what's very important. And that was the people that were inside the home, taking care of everybody that was involved. That was very important to see.
We work really hard to help people live a meaningful life, just like you or I would want. That's ultimately our mission. And we really want to help people have dignity in that life.
Wow. You know, folks, I've got a script here I'm supposed to be following, but that video just said it all. As you saw in the intro video, and Mike and Mike's incredible journey, the needs are extensive. And their story is just one great example of the impact Living Well has on the lives of those with disabilities and their families. And to think there are 300 stories just as impactful as theirs. To continue offering the same exceptional service and care, we need your help. And now is the perfect time for everyone to pitch in with our Fund a Need initiative. It takes a lot of funding to keep people safe and comfortable with numerous components required to care truly beyond the basics. I mean, care like the families who founded Living Well dreamed of their children and others like them. Add in this world of continued COVID, you can imagine just how real and continuous this need is. At Living Well Disability Services, there is no fix it and forget it. The expenses are long-term and they will never go away. They won't. So let's open up our hearts and our wallets and let's get after it. Let's get some money. The cost may be significant, but it is so worth it. Every one of you, yes, every one of you has the power to make a difference, whether you're donating $5,000 or $50,000. You heard what they said in the video. Every little bit helps. So here's what I want you to do. Just look at the GiveSmart app or scroll your mouse over to the donation button, tap and click or whatever you want to do. But find that number where your heart tells you, yeah, that's the spot. Ready? Now, here's just a few ways your donations can help the people we serve. $5,000 will pay for the installation of a generator or help cover landscaping fees to make it so much more beautiful and welcoming. If you want to do $1,000, that will pay for gardening supplies and the plants so our friends and our people we serve can grow their own food and enjoy the outdoors. How rewarding is it to pick your own vegetables and then eat them? I mean, $250 can replace a rundown recliner, keeping the home looking like a home and not an institution. $100, I mean, that will cover an in-home massage therapy session. Man, it helps so much for loosening the tight muscles associated with so many disabilities for those who might not be able to move as much, to have a massage session. Wow, we all know how good a massage feels. Then whether you give $7,500, that will buy one annual membership for community enrichment activities like trips to Sea Life, the Minnesota Zoo, and who doesn't like the Science Museum? $50. Well, can you do $50? That provides an hour of music therapy. And boy, Dr. T. Michael, we know about music.
Yeah.
$25 can pay for a night of entertainment at the movies. If you're always at home to go to see a movie, see the big screen, we know you can watch on TV. Man, the big screen, the smell of popcorn, woo-hoo! That's living. And if you do like a $20 donation, it can provide one of the adaptive utensils or plates that Beth talked about. Now, and here's something. Sometimes people say, oh, I can't give that much. I'm not in that place to give. But $10. $10 can provide someone at Living Well with a chance to get out in the community and get a cup of coffee. I mean, just to go to Caribou or Starbucks or whatever the place you want to go. Now, we have 37 homes and 37 vans, and we spend to get people to things, wait for it, $41,000 on fuel a year. Yeah. And the 2 homes we most recently purchased cost Living Well around $180,000 each to remodel them and make them accessible, not only accessible, but comfortable, to make them like a home. But the items showcased in the earlier video and mentioned here are just the tip of the iceberg. As you can see, every dollar counts. So start tapping, clicking, swiping, do whatever your mom has to do. Make those donation buttons glare and flare and pop. Now, if you're still needing inspiration, if you need that inspiration, my buddy T. Michael over here is going to tell you about some of the Living Well's most inspirational donors and our advocates, so you can see how impactful giving of your time, money, and talents to Living Well, how important that really is. T. Michael?
Thanks, Kurt. All of us at Living Well are grateful beyond words for everyone who helps us in serving those with disabilities. That said, there are some people who go so far above and beyond, we want to honor them with our Dreammaker Awards. We started the Dreammaker Awards in 2009 as a way to properly honor the extraordinary people and organizations who have made exceptional differences in the lives of people impacted by disabilities as a volunteer, a donor, a community partner, or a self-advocate. The recipients are handpicked from nominations made by our board, employees, and supporters like you. I am beyond thrilled to honor this year's Dreammaker Self-Advocate Award for his exceptional artistic work that he shares with the world.
My name is Lisa Riley, and I'm the program supervisor at the MSS in Eagan, and I've worked for MSS for about 7 years. I first started to get to know Dan in the spring of 2015. A staff member named Steven set him up with an easel and a small canvas and mounted the paintbrush onto his head with sort of a construction helmet liner. So Dan started painting with his head and realized that this was something he really enjoyed.
I tell you, Dan inspired me sometimes. I say this and I kind of laugh about it, but he really does. He lived that life of, I want to do what I want to do, and I'm going to keep doing it. So Dan is physically setting the pace. He's a pace setter, and I'm telling you, people follows because he does a great job at it.
Every morning, he asks to get set up in front of the easel, and he asks for types of paint and different assistive technology tools to give him choices. And I've seen his work grow from just a single layer of paint to layer upon layer. And he advocates for himself every day that this is something that he wants to do. It's beautiful.
So his passion for art has been strong, and I recognized that right away, and so we started giving him the opportunity to do more of that. His goal is to go big. He has an international stage now where his art is being sold. So I think he's reaching all borders and just trying to make sure that it connects. Because what Living Well is all about is about making sure that people speak independently and freely of themselves. And so Dan got that platform at Living Well. If he wants to do something, he's going to make sure he gets to do it.
He's really an example for when people really continue to strive for what they want and seek what they want in an especially supportive environment like Living Well and MSS. People are going to do those things.
Incredible. Congratulations, Dan. Not only is your artwork inspiring, but your self-advocacy is a true inspiration to us all. Just amazing. You know what else is amazing? The items you can bid on in tonight's auction. Kurt, I'm thinking we might want to introduce a premier auction item. I see there's been some bidding going on. What do you got for us?
Oh, there is some bidding going on. Normally, T. Michael, right now I would work the room, get people bidding, people raise up their numbers, and together we raise the bids and raise money for Living Well Disability Services. Well, tonight is a little different, as is much of life these days. So instead, think of me as Vanna White or Bob Barker. Or if you're too young for game show references, consider me your premium auction item influencer.
Ooh, influencer.
Influencer. Tonight, my goal is to show you the high-end items and experiences you can bid on and drive home the importance of our ongoing funded need. Now, without further ado, these next 2 trips I'm going to tell you about are for those who like to venture off the beaten path. Got to get ready for this one. And you know what? Would you join me?
Oh, partner, nothing could keep me from it.
This is a mountain adventure at Eric's Ranch and Retreats, Montana Getaway. While you were at home Netflixing and chilling, you might have seen this first item featured on Netflix's 2nd season of The World's Most Amazing Vacation Rentals. It's a give back getaway special featuring Eric's Ranch in Livingston, Montana. At this picturesque ranch, you'll be surrounded by epic mountain views and the bluest skies you have ever seen. But the real draw is the mission. Eric's Ranch is a nonprofit dedicated to providing meaningful work and social opportunities for young adults with autism. With this item, you get 4 nights in the gorgeous lodge that sleeps up to 12 people. That's a family, 2 families, a bunch of friends. While you're there, you can enjoy 8 horse rides as well as guided hikes. And the best part is that your bid will benefit 2 nonprofits. So you see, 20% of the winning bid will go to Eric's Ranch to help support their mission. Hey, talk about a win-win. So here's what you get. Eric's Retreats, Montana Getaway, rated one of the world's most amazing vacation rentals. It's 4 nights, sleeps up to 12. You get 8 horse rides, guided hikes. Proceeds go to both Living Well and Eric's Ranch. That's pretty darn cool.
You're right, you can't beat that.
No, but hey, we got another item we should take a look at.
Let's look at it.
And this is a Polaris adventure trip. Now, if riding horses in the mountains of Montana isn't enough, we have some adrenaline-stirring package donated by Polaris. Now, I didn't even know. Did you know that they had adventure trips?
I didn't know it, but I'm seeing it now.
I had no idea, and I am psyched. On this trip, you get a 2-night stay at the beautiful Spearfish Canyon Lodge in Lead, South Dakota, near the Black Hills, with 6 meals included. But the cherry on top of this sundae is the opportunity to enjoy a full day of snowmobile or off-road vehicle riding. You'll be able to explore 350 miles of groomed trails while taking in all of the pristine mountain. It depends on how much snow you have, because if you're doing it in the summertime, you got to do the trail ride, right? You got to go on the ATVs. On a clear day, you can even see 4 different states when you stop at Cement Ridge, located 6,000 feet above sea level. So get this. 2-night stay at the beautiful Spearfish Canyon Lodge in Lead, South Dakota, 6 delicious meals, a full day of snowmobile or off-road vehicle riding. You get access to 350 miles of groomed trail. I mean, these trips, man, these trips are total splurge adventure getaways, but it's totally worth it. Your bid will help the people we serve go on their own adventures. I mean, we'll gas up the van, go for a cup of coffee, go to the movies, help them get to an appointment on time. I mean, we have 37 specialized vans and hundreds of people to get where they need to go. Hey, what do you think about those getaways, T. Michael?
I just have to raise my hat to you, partner. And matter of fact, I'm gonna give it back to you too. I think I would bid on both of those. Wow, to have some amazing adventure getaways donated for this auction? We must know some pretty amazing people. Speaking of amazing people, check out our Dreammaker Volunteer Award. It's going to, get this, 36 people. You heard that right. Wow. At the height of COVID closures, we had some really wonderful humans showing up weekly to help us out. Take a look.
March of 2020. I actually had just gotten back from being out of town and we knew something was happening with COVID, but we didn't know what this meant. We needed to figure out how to keep people safe. We decided to provide these freezer meals, a hot dish, 2 meals to every home every week. So that's 72 meals a week. And then we set up volunteers to deliver the supplies and the meals to every home every week.
It really made me feel good that I was doing something to help these homes. They do so much, and so much got taken away from them in the middle of the pandemic. So to be able to give them anything to help them was a great comfort.
After learning more about Living Well and kind of their mission and how they impact people in the community, I just feel like so thankful to be a part of this. There's a lot of like really awesome ways to volunteer, and there's no right or wrong, but it feels really good to help this community in particular.
It's just a good way to spend your time and to help others and to live your life that way. I think we'd all be a better connected world if we focused on that help mentality 24/7.
I don't play golf. It's not very pretty when I do, so it's kind of, instead of going to play golf once a week, I drive once a week.
You know, map the route for no highways and that kind of a thing, and we'd go and we'd see lots of scenery, and like I said, we do it because it's needed, whatever help they need, you know.
I've done it in super hot, humid weather. I've done it in driving rain. I've done it in blizzard. And if I got a really busy work day, it means going in extra early and getting that stuff done so I can go do the driving. But that couple hours is just as important as any other meeting I have, probably more important.
To receive this award, honestly, was just really shocking when I feel like this whole year, Bert and I have just been so thankful to be a part of this.
To be able to, I don't know, give back feels really good.
What Living Well does is a good thing. It's needed in our community, and if we have time, if we have the resources, we ought to contribute to that.
When you get involved and start giving your time and volunteering, it really starts to take on a new meaning. I kind of feel like I work for the place now, you know, instead of just a guy who shows up and supports it, and it's like a cheerleader. You become like you're part of the team.
So to our dedicated Dreammaker Volunteer Award winners, I have so much to say to express my gratitude for all they've done for Living Well and the people who live and work on our homes.
The commitment of so many volunteers helping during COVID this past year was next level. You saw the isolation in Mike Jr.'s story. It was so difficult. Just having a weekly delivery was something to look forward to for some of the houses that we serve. These folks delivered so much more than just meals. They delivered hope and prepared meals with love. I can't imagine a more impactful way to give back.
After all of that hard work, I bet those volunteers could use a beach vacation.
Yeah.
I mean, can't we all? Take a look at this beach getaway to the Siesta Key, our third premium auction item, donated by sponsor Mike and Tina Douglas. Siesta Key is a barrier island off the southwest coast of Florida. The home is for you and up to 7 others. You can stay in this bright and sunny area with a gorgeous pool, and it's just a block away from the ocean. You should bid on this because, well, winter is on the way, and you can even kick it up a notch with a margarita basket. Just saying. So what you get, it's Siesta Key, Florida vacation, 1 week stay, Saturday to Saturday, beautiful 3-bedroom and a den condo, 1 block from the beach, $200 cleaning fee must be used before December 1st, 2022. You have over a year to use it. Man.
Whoa. Wasted ways in Margaritaville. Sorry.
I think he's been into the tequila a little bit much. You can almost taste the tequila. Remember, money raised from tonight's proceeds help to cover all kinds of beyond the basics care. Everything from food to utensils, appliances, home amenities, special therapies, transportation, entertainment, assistive technology, outings into the community, gardening supplies, and I love the garden, not to mention additional supplies the staff have for COVID care. And it goes on and on. So keep those donations and bids rolling on in.
All right. Well, yes, he's right. Keep them rolling on in. And while you're bidding and donating, I get the pleasure of honoring this year's Dream Maker Community Partner Award to someone who has helped so many people in the disability community and their families. Luckily, we even have some of these wonderful people helping to honor her tonight in this next video. Let's watch.
I'm Fran McCloskey. I'm Peggy Meehan's sister and guardian. Peggy's lived in Living Well group home for about 20 years, and she has had Mary Birch as her social worker for about the last 10. Mary is incredible at connecting people with services, and that's really what we needed from a social worker. But Mary goes way above and beyond. And one of the key things that she's been able to do is help us figure out funding, which is one of the most difficult things to do for people with disabilities.
My name is Mary Birch, and I have been working with Hennepin County Social Services for 19 and a half years. When I have to place an individual in a home, I do look for the best fit, and I look for a place where I know my person served will be safe and also happy. Living Well has proven to provide both of those things for my clients. I don't really have to worry much when they're placed in those homes.
She believes that what she is doing will make a difference for people and make their life better. And that is really the gift of Mary, is that she cares, she's dedicated, and she is so committed to creating a better life for people like Peggy.
Mary Birch helped me and my family, and I like her. A really good smile, a really happy face, and she's really fun to work with.
Mary is incredibly compassionate and a zealous advocate. And that combination of things is really the key. She really cares. She cares about Peggy and Peggy's future and Peggy's right now. And it shows in everything she does.
Thank you, Mary Birch.
To have someone like Mary in your corner helping families through the legalities and regulations in order to get the care and treatment they need is such a gift. Don't you think so, Kurt?
Absolutely. And Peggy, you gotta love her spirit. Part of what our community partners do is advocate for the people they serve. And a big part of that is getting out and into the world. In normal years, Living Well takes people to professional sports games, to the theater, and out to restaurants. And since we all know that sports can get us a little fired up, here is your chance to feel that same team spirit again by bidding on our next premium item, a Vikings game. Skol! Yeah, that's okay. We'll do that. Okay. That includes 4 tickets to US Bank Stadium to watch the Vikings play the Bears on January 9th. You also get admission to the Polaris Club, where you can watch the action just 41 feet, I guess, away from the field. And we're even throwing in a VIP parking pass, so you don't have to walk through all the Minnesota cold to get to the stadium. You'll feel very special. But better than that, you can make a night of it by adding on a stay at the Radisson Blu at the Mall of America with a restaurant voucher. Now, if you have not been at the Radisson Blu at the Mall of America, it is like the most amazing hotel. You get to go to the Mall of America, stay in one of the nation's best restaurant and hotel chains. You stay right there. You can go shopping. Bring your stuff back and have the concierge hold it. You go shopping somewhere else. You can go to dinner. You go back up to your room and rest. It doesn't matter. You're at the Radisson Blu, right at the Mall of America.
That's amazing.
I'll tell you what, it is huge thanks to Computer Labs and Radisson Hotel Group for this amazing package. Now, so what you get? 4 tickets to a suite, US Bank Stadium, Vikings versus the Bears, January 9th, admission to the Polaris Club, 41 feet away, a parking pass, and again, one-night stay at one of the nation's best hotel chains, Radisson Blu, Mall of America. Hey, and a restaurant voucher. If you've got purple and gold flowing in your veins, or you are a Bears fan, you're definitely going to want to bid on this one and bid big. Now, I love my Bears fans. It's just my house. It's purple and gold all the way. But just think how rewarding it will be knowing that the money you bid will have an even bigger impact in the lives of everyone at Living Well.
That is excellent. I love it. Vikings, skol!
Skol!
Our last Dreammaker Award recipient knows that feeling probably better than anyone else. She leaves it all on the field when it comes to giving. If donating money and time were a professional sport, she would be on every highlight reel. And to honor her with this year's Dreammaker Donor Award, we've got a highlight reel to show you right now.
I first got connected with Living Well, I think it's been maybe 10 or 11 years ago, and I was invited to an in-home party where the executive director talked about what Living Well was and what they were doing. And he said, Carol Lee, we need you on this board because we need someone to help with our galas. So that's what introduced me to Living Well.
I think Living Well should be honoring Carol Lee because she has been dedicated to the organization in many ways. She commits a lot of great ideas, a lot of things that make sense in her resources. And so she's all in.
Well, my mom's been so involved for so long, and so it's just always been something that she's done. To be involved more than just a once a year thing, that's really what has been different for me. It's like, yeah, I'll go support this place and feel good for a night. And now it's like, yeah, this is our place. This is what we're supporting, and this is what we're meant to do to help this place out.
We have just been very lucky as a family to be able to give back. And I have never really had someone in my house with a disability, but I've certainly learned to know about what disabled people go through and how Living Well treats them and how it's an amazing organization. Well, I'm very honored because I've come to most of the galas where I've seen the people that have received this award, and I don't really feel as deserving as they, but I'm pleased to be receiving this award, and I thank them very much.
I mean, Carol Lee and her son Mike are just phenomenal. A family that volunteers and gives together is such a beautiful testament to family values and dedication to community. We are so lucky to have all of these dream makers. Congratulations to each and every one of this year's Dream Maker Award recipients. And thank you for everything you do and give so generously.
And to all of you generous givers out there, right there out in the audience, I got one more premium item to tell you about. We have 4 golf passes at one of the state's premier clubs to auction off in my hometown of Duluth. This amazing golf package includes a foursome with a cart at the Northland Country Club right in Duluth. And we're going to give you a 50th anniversary Tate Mark Minnesota PGA Pro-Am swag bag. And inside of there, you're going to find 3 Yeti wine tumblers.
All right now.
Here's the deal. This golf course is a private golf course in Duluth. It's been around since 1899. You can't just go there unless you have a member, or we're very lucky to have this certificate so you can go unaccompanied by a member. Get into the clubhouse. It's beautiful afterwards. Have a drink. It's right there in Duluth. You can see the Great Lakes Superior while you're there. It is an amazing thing. Golf Digest put it as number 8, so top 100 in the country. It is just incredible. Go to Duluth. You can drive up there for the day or get a hotel. But tell you what, you are never going to regret purchasing this at the Northland Country Club. Great people, great property, great golf. Hey, and don't forget, there are so many incredible items to bid on in the regular auction too. I mean, have you ever dreamed of having an author at your own book club?
That'd be swell.
That'd be real swell. Well, you can bid on that, get 3 signed books with an author-led Zoom book club from mystery writer Robin Donovan. That is just way too cool. Now, there's also, get this, a hand-painted purse from Anashuka, and a custard for a year. Who doesn't like Culver's? Hello. Lots of amazing baskets, and another great trip. We've got a getaway to La Crosse, Wisconsin, down there on the Mississippi River. The leaves are going to be gorgeous down there soon. You can stay at the Charmant Hotel with a brunch certificate and an additional gift card for the Freight House restaurant. Everyone can find something fun down there. Walk, shop, enjoy. Be sure to get your bids in before 9 o'clock. But don't forget, bidding on their premium items is only open until 8. And please, please, please keep those fund and need donations coming in. Remember, every gift of any size can change someone's life.
You're absolutely right, Kurt. It can and will change someone's life. And that's a wrap. Come on in, folks. That's a wrap for this year's Living Well Disabilities Services Transforming Lives Gala. Thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah. T. Michael, this was so great. And thanks to everyone who joined us. Your support will make sure that hundreds of people can receive the kind of exceptional services and beyond the basics care that will truly let them live well.
So true, kid. What a joy to work here and be a part of this.
I've worked for Living Well for over 30 years and have to say that this has been so much fun, shining the light on our needs. Wow. This is going to do so much good in the lives of people we serve.
And Tom, what an incredible organization. I mean, just a group of amazing, amazing people. I have never been more proud to be a part of anything in my life. Just wow.
No doubt about it, Paul. On behalf of everyone at Living Well, thank you for joining us and making tonight's gala such an enormous success. And thank you again to all of the sponsors, donors, bidders, volunteers, friends, and everyone who takes time to be there for others, especially our amazing staff. Without you, none of this is possible.
Absolutely. Wait. And remember, the bidding is open until 8 p.m. That's for the premium items, and it's 9 p.m. for the other items. And you can keep on donating for our Fund the Need. And to all of our friends virtually watching, and those of you here in person, we're going to send you a link to this event. Please, 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 pretty please, share it with your friends, family, your coworkers, and ask them. No, tell them to watch the videos of all the good work that Living Well does. And once they see that, make sure you ask them to donate from their hearts for all the work that we do. The Fund the Need link will remain open for quite a while.
Kurt, thank you for that.
You bet.
Now, have a great weekend, everyone, and thanks for joining us. You ready, everybody? Come on now.
Yeah.
Now, we've had the time of our lives. No, we've never felt like this before. Yes, we swear it's the truth, and we owe it